Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Have you all had a fabulous weekend? What have you been up to? Let me just refresh that Facebook page so that I can see all your fab comments today. If it'll come up, there it is. There it is. Fabulous. How are you all doing? How's your weekend been? What have you been up to? I had a bit of a duvet day this weekend. Let me reach up here and then hopefully I can... Oh, hello. I disappeared. No idea what I did then. I am so sorry. You can tell it's Monday, can't you? I'm slightly losing the plot. There we go. There we go. Hello. Oh. There we go. So, who have we got? Hello. Severin and Co. She's watching. Hello, Edith. Hello, Rosie and Pinkie Pie, apparently. Melissa, I think that's Charlotte. Hello. How are you all doing? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Yeah, so this weekend I've been trying out some new recipes. I did a lot of cleaning. And I had a duvet day as well this weekend, which was very, very nice. I had a duvet day on Saturday, which was lovely. Definitely feeling a little bit isolated this weekend though. So this week of creative therapy is definitely very, very much needed. Who else have we got? Hello, Bo and Kitty. Hello. Who else have we got? Oh, okay. Someone from the Philippines. Excellent. What do I need? Charlotte's asking, what do you need? You need anything for today. We're just going to use a blank piece of paper, and you can use pencils. I've got a mixture of pencils, felt tips. I've got drawing pencils. I've got some charcoal here. I've got bits of everything. So yeah, whatever you have to hand is fine. Is absolutely fine to use. Hi Mum. Hi Joe. Hi Peter. Who else have we got here? Oh, Sue and Greg, hello. Absolutely anything to draw with you can use today. Hello, Lewis and Alfie. Hi, Katie. Cracking. So we're gonna kind of get started with a few little things. I'm just gonna do some fairly basic, simple, on the surface kind of exercises this week. Because although I'm doing some therapeutic art with you, I don't want to go anything too deep and start regressing you back to childhood traumas or anything. I don't want any of that happening. So I will just be doing surface stuff. But if anything comes up for you guys whilst we're doing that, if there's anything that makes you feel overwhelmed, then please get in touch with me. Okay, you can just message me on the page. I'm hoping that nothing will, but just in case anything comes up, please just get in touch. So we're gonna get started. So as I say, I have got a real mixture of things today. I'm gonna lower you down a little bit so that you guys can see what I'm doing. But a real mixture of pencils. They're actually watercolor pencils, but I'm just gonna use them as coloring pencils today. I've got some felt tips and some fine liners, and I've got some normal drawing pencils today as well. So I'm just going to forget English. Don't worry. Join in the art instead. Yeah, so I'm just going to do something very, very basic. So I'm going to ask you first to just take a couple of really big deep breaths. So just breathe in and breathe out. Just a couple of really big deep breaths just to relax your brain, get some oxygen going. Hopefully you've all done that with me. Now, if you want to, you can close your eyes. If you feel a little bit uncomfortable about that, that's fine. Just lower your gaze. You can look at the paper, that's absolutely fine. But if you feel okay with it, please do close your eyes. And what I'm going to do is ask you to see yourself. But I'm going to ask you to see yourself as a flower or a plant or a tree. So if you're a flower or a plant or a tree, how big are you? Are you so big that it's going to take up the whole entire page? Are you very, very small and delicate, maybe in one corner of the page? Do you have lots of different flowers on the plant? Do you have big, bright, bold petals, or do you have something more delicate? Do you have spikes on the stem maybe, or on the flower? Is the stem really strong and thick, or has it got lots of different kind of strands to it? Can you see the roots or not? Is it softer colours? Is it more pastel-y? Then think about what kinds of materials you might use to draw that flower that is you, or that tree, or that plant. How do you draw that? Is it going to be, if it's big and bold, are you going to use things like felt tips, or oil pastels, or crayons? Or are you going to go with pencils for something a little bit softer? Is there not much colour in it at all? Really think about how that, we call this a botanical self-portrait. So it's you as a flower, or as a plant, or as a tree. That's what you're going to draw on your page. Charlotte's put a huge rainbow rose bush. That sounds amazing. Big, bright, bold colours for you then, Charlotte. So I'm going to start drawing mine. It doesn't have to be a flower, a plant, or a tree that exists. It can be one that's completely made up from your head, from you. Okay, so I'm going to start drawing mine as how I see myself. This is my own self-portrait for this one. So I'm going to use some felt tips because they're nice and big and bold. So that's what I'm going to use for mine. Hopefully you can see my page. I think you can. So, and again, like I said, this could be a kind of made up one. Doesn't have to be a flower or a plant that already exists. And you can use whatever materials you want. Whatever comes to mind. As I say, really think about whether you're using something that's big and bold, then you want to use kind of felt tips or crayons to really give you that. Or you might want to use pencils that's a bit gentler. Really think about how you're going to look as a plant. Hi Veronica and Helen and Dad, you all made it. You all made it. Awesome stuff. So really think about how you're gonna look. Now I'm gonna go, as you can imagine, I'm actually going to do a couple of different flowers. So I'm going to do a nice big one, and then I'm going to just do a couple of smaller ones. And as you can imagine, mine are quite big and bold colours, which I think anybody on here that knows me would probably agree with that for me. So how are you guys doing? Are you finding this quite easy? Did you have an image that popped into your head straight away when you thought of how you would look as a plant, a flower, or a tree? Or are you kind of struggling a little bit? It's taking you some time to get into it. How easy is this to do? What's Charlotte? Oh, hi Chris. Excellent. And Charlotte's got buttons, brush pens, crayons, stickers and foam shapes. Awesome. Cannot wait to see yours on here later. That sounds fantastic. You're finding it quite tough, Peter. Finding it tough. Yeah, it's not. Unless you've got something that kind of pops into your head straight away, it can be tough to think of it. So really, if you want to just start, just pick a colour and start drawing, and then quite often something will kind of come to you as you start drawing. So this will probably end up different to how I originally pictured it in my head. So you can see that mine's not very neat because I'm surprisingly not a neat person. My kind of creative chaos, I call it. So that's mine. As you know, I'm not a not the perfectionist. How's everyone else doing? So I might put some nice deep red in here as well. Pen's running out, I think. What have we got? Pieces using oil pastels and you regret it. That's fine, change it. That's absolutely fine. This is your representation, it's your drawing. Change it. Draw something else over the top of it. Use a different material. Use a multitude of different material. I'm probably going to use pencils in a minute, so I won't just stick with felt tips. You can really make a multimedia piece out of this. How's everyone else getting on? Do you find it easy? Do you find it hard? Did anyone do the weekend challenge? I think I've only seen one. I think I've only seen one from Joe, which was an illustration of a banana daiquiri, which sounded amazing. Did anybody else give it a go? Did anyone illustrate a recipe over the weekend? Did anyone do any baking over the weekend? Might use different colour for the middle bit there. Start out. There we go. So we've got kind of multitude of colours, but all warm colours. Peter said, what was it? It was to illustrate a recipe, Peter. That was the weekend challenge. Now, I think I'm going to do quite a strong, thick stem on here, because I think I'm quite grounded as a person. I think I'm quite grounded. I don't generally have any thorns on mine, although some people might say different. I think I'm quite grounded, so I might do the roots coming off of here as well. Charlotte, cinnamon rolls and buns, but haven't illustrated it yet. No worries, Charlotte, no worries. You just, whenever you're ready, just pop it on the Facebook page. There's a post with the illustrations on from the weekend. Cinnamon buns sounds amazing. Sounds like a good weekend baking. There we go, there's all my roots going very deep down into the earth there. I think I need another flower. Charlotte said, I definitely have thorns. Do you? Do you definitely have thorns coming off? I think I've got some kind of big, I almost imagine them being like cheese plants, isn't it? I think it's cheese plants where the leaves have got holes in. So not a gardener. I think I imagine having those on my flower, providing lots of shade. I think that's what they do. So I have got some protection. They might not be thorns, but they are big leaves. I might do an even bigger one over here. So you really get a feel for that self-portrait that I'm trying to get you to do. And it can be a really interesting one to do at different times. So if you did one now and then did another one in a year's time, or even different seasons. So you do one in the summer and one in the winter, or one after lockdown. It'd be really interesting for you to see the difference in how you see yourself from year to year or in different seasons, and how you're feeling. It's quite a good check-in. You can also do this for other people, dare I say. So you could do another couple of plants or flowers along here to represent how, there we go, to represent members of your family or your loved ones. How do you see them? Or ask them to do you. and then compare them all together. That's always really interesting, because I think we always see ourselves very, very differently to how other people see us. I think we're always perhaps less kind to ourselves than other people might be, or less generous, should I say. I think. How are you all getting on? Are you all okay? You've all gone quiet, so I'm assuming you're all concentrating. Now, you can put as much detail or as little detail as you want into this. I think I might carry on a bit and use perhaps some other materials that I've got here. I might use some of my pencils. So I'm going to carry on with mine, but at the moment I've got nice big bright bold petals, a nice big strong stem, and then I've got all of my roots really grounding me there. And then I've got, for protection, I think I've got some of these big leaves that are providing lots and lots of shade. So yeah, you can, Helen said the prickly ones, not pickly. Yes, you can add some thorns on there if you wanted to. And I'm glad Charlotte's got lots of art stuff. Excellent. So I'm going to carry on with mine. Once you've finished yours, please don't forget to take a picture and post it underneath so that everyone else can see yours and we can all comment on each other's as well. It'd be lovely to see. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and hopefully it's been a little bit relaxing. As I say, if anything during these sessions comes up for anyone, you feel slightly overwhelmed, do just give me a message and contact me. For tomorrow, you will need the same things as you needed today. So you'll need a piece of paper, A4 or A3, doesn't matter on size, even A5, and as many different drawing materials as you possibly can. It sounds like a few of you have got lots of stuff around you. So whether it's felt tips, fine liners, crayons, pencils, charcoal, watercolour paints, absolutely anything, just bring it with you so that you've got plenty to choose from, depending on what kind of textures and colours and things that you want. Okay, so that's what you'll need tomorrow. Don't think there's anything else I've got to tell you. Enjoy drawing your botanical self-portrait. Please do post the pictures. Oh, Charlotte said, what's Stitch reading? Stitch got delivered, posted, a very incredible little booklet that says, if I can do this in the right direction, there we go. It says, miss you, with a little stitch drawn on the front. Isn't that cute? So I decided to show it. So that was from Verity and Cheryl. So thank you very much for that. Stitch is loving that today. He's loving it. So it's a lovely little letter. See you all soon. Have a very, very good afternoon, very good evening, and I will see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock with all of your drawing materials. See you then. Bye.